Hello, everybody. Wendy Lee here with Transformational Tuesdays, Leadership Revolution. I hope you are having a good week. And as always, we basically just talk about transformation. We're all changing, we're all growing, and what are some of the experiences? So I had an interesting experience this week. Hi, Monica. I had a very interesting experience this week. Hi, Edie. That reminded me that A, I am human, and B, that transformation is indeed a process and not a destination. So basically what happened is I showed up in a conversation of how I would describe of how I used to be, and these parts came up. I got triggered by some things, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? And my first reaction was that I responded to myself with, I wish I would have done it differently. I should have said this, not that. All the negative talk. And then once I let that settle in, because that's how I process things, I looked at myself with compassion, and I reminded myself that we're getting to this point of discovery in ourselves at every level, and that every situation that we encounter just mirrors back to us where we are. It's so easy for us to push that energy off on someone else. Like it's their fault that I'm feeling this way. It's because of them. I reacted because they said something, which, by the way, that's all common talk. But really, as we're becoming more awake and going on our journey, it's more about what's going on for us. So I had to take a step back and look at first what was showing up for me, why was I responding the way that I was, and then with just loving compassion, it was like, oh, okay. Kind of like, so what? Not like, so what, like disregarding the other person in the conversation and where the conversation went, but so what? It's okay. We're going to take 2 steps forward and 11,562 steps backwards. That's just the way that it works. And we have to be kind and loving with ourselves and then take responsibility. So, it's necessary for me personally to go back and clean up some of this stuff so that we can clear the air. But what I realized is that if I can, let me back up. I'll tell you what I did. Basically what I did is in a situation I was trying to fix. I am a notorious helper and fixer. And that just stems back from years and years and years of not feeling in control. And for me to help and fix somehow tells my ego and my psyche that you're in control and all is okay. And my intentions are there, but sometimes helping and fixing, first of all, when you're in that mode, then that equation means that the other person is broken or something is wrong with them. Which nothing is wrong with any of us. None of us are broken. There's nothing wrong with us. We're just where we are at that point in our lives. So going back and thinking on how I was showing up that way, what I said to myself was, okay, that wasn't my first reaction. First, I beat myself up. That didn't last very long. Then my second reaction was, okay, so what does that mean? So what? What can you do moving forward? And also, what if you just allowed people around you to be exactly where they were in that moment and love them all the way, no matter what? No matter what. Just hold that open heart space for them and love them. Not try to fix them, not try to should them. This is what you should do. If I were you, I would do this. Just sometimes we just need to hold loving space for one another. And by the way, after I got on myself for not acting the way that I should in the conversation, I too said, what if I held that healthy compassion for myself and just loved myself anyway? So that's kind of the moral of the story for tonight for our transformation. Transformation is a process, and we're going to go back and forth from as we grow. Things might trigger us that put us back into what we know, which is our automatic response, and that's okay. It's all perfectly okay. So I've got a phone call to make so that I can clean up my side of what's going on here. And I just want you in the next couple of days just to notice where, even with good intentions, you're trying to help or fix or solve. And that's reflecting back to you of where you're feeling uncomfortable or not in control. And what could you do instead? Could you be an observer of that and say, what if I just held space for this person or this situation? How's that sound? Sounds good to me. I'm very thankful tonight that I have grown in my transformation to realize enough when I'm in that and be able to take a step back and look at it. I am so grateful for that ability to be awake. And to be awake doesn't mean you're perfect, but you are perfectly perfect even in your imperfection. So thank you guys, everybody, for being here tonight. This is Wendy Lee with Leadership Revolution. And if you haven't yet, I have a free vulnerability guide, because that's all what transformation is about, is how we can feel comfortable in our vulnerability and actually some of the benefits from that. So if you have not yet downloaded, you can download leadhershiprevolution.com/vulnerability. And that's my free offering for you for as we sit in our transformation and in our vulnerability and some of the surprising benefits of that. I love you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You can watch the replay if you didn't catch this all from the beginning. Hi, Sue. Hi, Gladys. And we will see you next Tuesday. This is Wendy Lee with Leadership Revolution. Mwah. Love you guys.